welcome to another video with me. My name is Shayma and I'm a fitness trainer, and we will be doing Pilates today. Today we're going to go through Pilates for cyclists or bikers, so if you cycle, this one is for you. I cycle and I know that Pilates really does help me. It helps with strengthening the muscles that you need for that effort that you put into cycling, and it helps with stretching out and releasing tension in the areas of your body if you do get them like I do. I always feel really tense in my shoulders and in my neck and really stiff, so we will be going through Pilates exercises to help bring a little bit of stretch, a little bit of release, a little bit of relaxing, but also strengthening the required muscles, especially that you're doing, single leg. It's a single leg workout as you cycle, so we will be going through specific exercises to help us through it. So you can follow along. These are the exercises that we will be doing. So let's get started. Let's come down to the mat. You're going to lay down on your back. All right, so lay down on your back, and first we're going to work with pelvic tilts and tucks, which is really useful for that seated posture, that seated position on the bicycle. Your arms are down, and we're just going to work with that neutral and tucked pelvis. Legs are hip distance apart, and we'll start here. So you'll inhale to prepare, exhale, we'll tuck the pelvis, okay? And by tucking the pelvis, you're lifting the tailbone off the floor, you're reaching the pubic bone up, and you have a tiny bit of squeeze in the glutes here, okay? And then you're going to inhale, release into a neutral, dropping the tailbone down, bringing that pelvis into a flat plane. Then you're going to exhale, tuck. Trying to tuck all the way. We're not going to peel or anything off the floor today. Shoulders are down and relaxed. And we're just going to tuck, 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 feel those abdominals working to pull on that pelvis. And then inhale, release. And exhale here, tuck. And release. And you can just do this a couple times and try to get a feel of what your body wants to do. How's it tucking? Do you feel that abdominal connection? How are your hip flexors feeling? Are your glutes engaged? And just kind of get a feel of what you're doing here. Inhale, come to neutral. Let's just do that 2 more times. Exhale. Feeling that back, lower back flatten on the mat as you tuck. Inhale, release to neutral. Exhale, one more. Let's tuck. Squeezing here. Good, and then let's release. Okay, so now we're going to just stretch it out. We're going to grab the right leg, pull that knee in to your chest, get a little bit of stretch here. If you want more stretch, you can straighten the other leg down, so the left leg could be straight down, and that will give you more stretch, especially that the hip flexor needs a little bit more movement here. Stretch here. Then I'm going to pull the knee outwards and stretch here. Stretch, 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 breathe. Great, and we're going to come back towards the chest. We're going to straighten that leg and just pull that leg in. This will look different for everybody depending on your flexibility level. That's fine, just do it wherever you are. So every single move or exercise, you want to do it at your own capacity, wherever you are today. And pull that leg in, stretching. You can flex that foot here, getting more of a stretch in that hamstring, and then point. And trying to keep that ankle stable as you do so, and point. Releasing the shoulders in case you're tensing here, and point. Pulling that leg in. And you want to just pull in where you're feeling challenged and you're feeling that stretch and that pull, but you're not in excruciating pain. So you kind of know where you need to stop and flex. And point. We'll do one more. Flex. And point. Great. Bend that leg, release it down. And we're going to stretch it down, pull in the opposite leg. Again, you can keep this bottom leg bent if it's too much of a stretch. Pull that top knee into the chest, relax the shoulders, and then we're going to pull it out just to get a stretch in that inner thigh, hip flexor area. And then you're going to bring it back to center, pull that leg in. Each leg might feel different. I'm much stiffer on this side. I just injured my hamstring a couple of months ago, and it's really taking some time. And point, and flex, and point. Release the shoulders, flex, 2 more, to bring one leg, so we'll start with the right leg. We'll bring the right foot on top of that bottom left leg. And then we're just going to work with resistance here. So you're gonna push that knee away from you with your hand, but you're gonna also press the knee into your palm. So you're pressing palm into knee, knee into palm, getting your resistance here. So I'm gonna press, press, press. Really feel those quads and legs kind of work under that resistance, and then release it. All right, so we'll do that a couple times. Press, 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 and just get a feel of what you're feeling. You might feel a little bit of stability or engagement in your abdominals trying to get to this resistance. Press. And we'll do 2 more after this. And press. And release. 1 more. And press. Good. Switch sides. And we're going to bring the other leg here and press. Palm to knee, knee to palm, get a resistance. Pull that knee in and release. All right, that's fine. And 4. And 3. Really feel, so push and create resistance as much as you can. And 2 more. Shoulders relaxed. 2. Release. And 1. Hands release. And let that go. Good. Okay, so while we're done, we're going to come to a little bit of abdominal work and stability work, okay? So you're going to lift your legs up, knees over the hips, knees also aligned with those feet, or feet aligned with the knees. Keep them in 90-degree angle, okay? We can keep our hands down for this one, shoulders are relaxed, arms pressing down. You want to engage first, stabilizing the pelvis, and we're going to extend the legs. So extending, straightening that leg. Try to keep the feet in the same line or height. Pull the knee back over the hip, just over the hip, and straight and pull. So we're going to work in alternates and pull and straight and pull. Stable in the pelvis. Try to reach that neutral pelvis if you can, as long as you're able to keep the movement going. If it's too difficult, that's completely fine. So we're going to keep alternating here. Inhale as you straighten, exhale as you pull. We're going to switch here. And inhale, and switch, and switch. Good, switch. The lower you go, the more you'll feel this. The higher you go, the less you'll feel it. But the ideal position is in that line with the 90-degree angle. So you're going to keep going. Switch, switch, switch. Great. Now we're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. Lift into that chest lift, okay? And we're going to continue here. Elbows are wide. And we'll just go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Try to go higher if you can. Gotta remind myself of that as well. 5 and 4. Stabilize. 3. Shoulders off the floor if you can. 2. 1. Good. Now we're going to rotate to that bent knee and switch. So you're exhaling in the twist. Inhale through center. And nice and slow. And keep going. Rotating. We're imagining that the armpit or the rib is trying to get to that opposite knee, and it's not elbow to knee, so elbows are trying to stay wide away from the knee. And switch. 5 more. Inhale. Try to stay high, even in that transition. 3. 2. Last one. Center. Ooh, bring it all down. Good. So, Okay, so now let's come up. You can come onto your side, walk yourself up. Okay, so now we're gonna stay up here. We're coming to all fours, okay? So hands and knees here. And we'll just stretch out the spine. So you're gonna keep your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And then we're just gonna come to cat-cow. So you're going to lift your tailbone up, shoulders lift up, chest opens here, and then round. And inhale here, giving a stretch. Shoulders pulling away from the ears. And round. And 2 more. And exhale. And 1 more. And exhale. Good. All right. So before we move on to the next exercise, I want to come into a flexor stretch. You can bring a towel or a cushion, anything underneath your knee, because it might get uncomfortable for that bottom leg. And I usually do use a cushion or a blanket or a towel, but I don't have one right now, so I'm just gonna stay here. So top knee in that 90 degree, or sort of in that 90 degree. We're gonna square the hips forward, connecting those abdominals, staying tall, so we don't wanna collapse here or come into a super arch, okay? And then you just wanna press forward, trying to stretch out the bottom leg's hip flexor. Okay, so here we are, stretch, stretch, stretch. This is really good for runners as well. You want to stay connected, try to avoid a major arch here. Push the hip forward and breathe into it. Great, now we're going to come out of it. You can stay longer if you feel comfortable to do so. Now we're going to stretch the bottom hamstring, and you're going to flex that foot. Flex, 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 and then try and fold forward over that leg. So you want to try and avoid tucking the pelvis and kind of anterior tilting, so lifting that tailbone up to the ceiling instead of a tuck, and flexing that front foot. If the flex is a little too much, you can keep it relaxed, the ankle, and still get a stretch here in that hamstring. So breathe into it. Good, we're going to switch sides. Okay, so slowly come out of that. Right knee goes down, left leg is up in that 90 degree. Square the hips, engage, staying tall, avoiding that arch, and then stretching that hip flexor, which is the area here. Breathe. Try to avoid a rib flare or rib thrust. Keep those ribs in. Breathe here. Just if you're feeling your knees. Good, we're gonna switch it up. So stretching the other leg's hamstring. Again, this is my tight side, so I'm gonna go with caution and flex. Good. Breathe. Try to come into an anterior tilt. I'm finding difficulty on this side, honestly, because of that injury, but I'm still working towards it. Breathe here. Good, let's come out of it. Okay, come back to your hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then we're gonna come into stability work. So I want you to find your neutral. You can come into an arch here, come into a rounding, and somewhere in between will be your neutral. You wanna engage here in your neutral. You're gonna bring your right arm up, left leg. And we're gonna hold and tap the floor and lift, bringing this movement of both sides and trying to bring balance into your movement. Point the toes and exhale up, inhale down. As you lift up, you don't want to lift too high with the arm or too high with the leg where you're coming out of that form. You just want to try and stay stable. A little bit of movement is fine. It's not the end of the world. Keep those abdominals engaged. Tap. 4, reach. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring everything down. We're going to do the other side. Reach, reach. Tap. Square your hips to the floor, parallel to the floor. Keep those feet pointed. Keep the shoulders stable. Squeeze the glutes. Stay connected in the abdominals. Tap. That is the line of that spine. And 5. And 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring it down. Good. You can push yourself into child's pose if you need that little bit of break. Okay, so now we're going to come into Scapula Push-Ups. So you're just going to come into that 4-point kneeling quad position. And then we're going to try to keep everything stable here. We don't want to arch or tuck the pelvis. And we're just going to work with the shoulders. So you want to kind of relax into the shoulders. And then we're going to push the floor away. Push, push, push. And then you're going to come in with control. This time we don't want to collapse. This time it's work. We're just pushing out of the shoulder blades and then pulling in. Bringing those, pinching them behind you. And spreading them apart. And pull. Bringing movement to your shoulder blades and strength as well. I find shoulders to be very important while cycling, at least for me. And you want to make sure that you're strong enough that you're not getting exhausted during the ride. And in. Good. Keep going. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. And 1. Good. Come down. We're going to just get that tension off of our wrist so you can rotate one way and then the other way. Rotate, rotate, because we're going to come to planks now. Okay? Plank work. Get ready. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, extend the leg, extend the other leg. We're going to lift one foot off the floor, so stabilizing that plank. Hips not high or dipping low. You want strength here, push the floor away. And we're just going to lift the leg, tap the floor. And lift, tap. And we'll just do 3 more. And 2, and 1. Bring that leg down, other side. Lift, tap, lift, tap. And 3. And 2, keep the toe pointed. 1, good. We're gonna stay here, pull the knee in, and out. In, and out. 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down and come to your resting position. Just stretch out those shoulders. You can rotate your wrists here. We have 1 more plank work. So get ready for it, and then slowly we'll start reducing the intensity a little bit. So coming back, shoulders away from the ears. Coming up. All right, lift the leg, right leg off the floor, point the toe. We're gonna push into that up stretch. So if you need to adjust, go ahead. I find that I should push the head between the arms, pull in the abdominals. We're gonna come into plank. Leg stays off the floor. 4. Reach the heels down if you can to the floor, or try to reach it to the floor. So we're just working towards it. When we're working towards something, doesn't mean we're actually there. We're just strengthening to get there at some point. That's 2. And my mat today is slippery, so I am finding a little bit of a challenge getting stability, finding stability. Come to plank. Bring that right leg down, left leg goes up. Good. Okay, this side is easier. Lift, that's 4. Get that stretch in your hamstrings. 3, lift that leg up. 2, and last one. Good. Bring the knees down, stretch. Okay, so now Let's come into a seated position. So coming down, coming all of those wrists and the shoulders. We're gonna come into a teaser prep position or a boat position, whatever you would like to call it. We're gonna bring the hands forward, shoulders are away from the ears. You wanna stabilize, engage here, and then you can tilt yourself a little bit back so you can get that balance to lift the right leg off the floor, okay? So we'll actually work towards coming here, okay? So you can either stay in bent knee, bring it up and down, or you can straighten that leg and bring it up and down. You can also bring your hands to your sides or behind you for support, okay? So wherever you are in your fitness journey, we're just gonna lift, drop, and we'll just do 3, 2, 1. Good. Then you can do the other side. Again, you can stay here or up here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together and just stretch there. Get a little stretch. Now we're going to come back. So now we're going to actually come up into that teaser prep position. One leg goes up, stabilize, and you might need to work with the balance of your back. We're going to bring both legs to that 90 degree. Then we're going to push out and pull in that knee, the knees back in. And we'll just do another 9. Squeeze the legs together if you want. Stability, 8, 7, and as you come back up, think of coming tall and coming out of that tuck. And 5, 4, 1, and come down nice and slow, stretch it out. Fold in front of those legs. Good, now we're gonna come into a little bit of a lateral stretch. So you're gonna bring one leg in front. So now my left leg is in front, my right leg is on the side here. And then I'm gonna bring my arms to a T position. Try to keep them there in that height. Connect here in the abdominals. Think of relaxing into that hip in case it's lifting. So if you feel a little bit tight, you will not feel relaxed, I know. But I just want you to connect with that mind-body connection and just kind of see if you can relax a little bit. Then you're going to keep that connection, glide to the side of that bent knee, which is my left. Bring that hand down to the floor. We're going to circle the right arm, place it down on the mat. Okay, you're just getting a stretch here, a twist. Then I'm gonna pull the floor towards me to open up the chest, pull the shoulders away. Coming into an extension here, and I'm still trying to stay connected in the abdominals, however difficult it may seem. Then I'm gonna push the floor away, coming into rounded back. Getting a stretch in that spine. Then you're gonna come back to that center, connect in the abdominals, circle the arm back into that T, and then you're gonna just float up. Bring that hand down, bend to that side, get a stretch. You can do this more than one time. I'm gonna keep it at 1, and then we're gonna switch the legs around. So right leg comes forward, left leg to the side for me. Hands in T, connect. Again, think of relaxing into that. You have to kind of tell yourself to do that. You're gonna glide to that right. Hand finds the floor, circle. Good, stay connected here. You're gonna pull the floor towards you, pull the shoulders away from your ears, open up the chest, exhale, you're gonna round. Keep the arms straight. Then you're gonna come out of it into that neutral, and then you're going to stay connected. Open up to that T, and float up, and stretch. It's more of a stretch than anything else, really. So try and enjoy it. Again, you can do more than one here. Okay, so I want us to go and come into a standing position before we come down all the way to the floor. So we're gonna do one exercise here. Okay, so you're going to you're gonna stand over your heels, and then we're going to bend the knees, so legs are underneath your hips. Bend the knees a little bit, stay tall in the body, okay? Connect ribs into hips. You can bring your hands to your sides if you like. We're gonna bring the weight of our body to the left leg, and then we're going to just tap the right one back, staying over that left leg. Tap forward underneath your hip, tap back as far as you can go. Tap forward, square your hips here, stay connected, and forward. And 7, hold, inhale out, 6, 5, 4, stay connected here, keep the back as flat as you can, shoulders are away from the ears, and 3, I think, 2, and 1, good. You're gonna step into that first initial position, feet are underneath your hips, and then you're going to bring the weight of your body over the right leg this time. We're gonna bend, and then you're going to tap. 10, pull, 9, pull, exhaling on the pull, 8, stay connected in the core, 6, 5, straight into that full straight leg, 4, keep the whole weight over here on this right leg, 3, if you feel like you're gonna fall, that's okay, 2, and 1, good, straight. Then now we're gonna roll all the way down, so come facing your mat, arms are by your side, let's roll down, connect, we're going to walk, 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 come into a plank, then we're gonna come all the way down to the floor, bend the elbows, bend the elbows, bend the elbows, nice and slow, come all the way down, good, adjust yourself on the mat, if you need to, we're going to extend, actually let's bring the arms to our sides in 90-degree here, point the toes here, all right, so forehead's on the floor, you're going to engage your abdominals, inhale, shoulder blades glide away from the ears, so lift the shoulders and chest off the floor, hands come with you, head comes with you, stay connected in the abdominals here, keep those legs active, point the toes, and we're going to straighten the arms, pull them back to 90-degree, straight ahead, inhale, keep those abdominals engaged, and let's go for another 5, 4, 3, I'm really looking for that abdominal connection, 2, and 1, good, come all the way down, bring your arms closer and elbows are on the floor, forearms are on the floor, forehead's on the floor, we're going to reach the feet together, try to reach them at least, point the toes, you're going to inhale, glide the shoulder blades down, lift the chest, head off the floor, keep those abdominals engaged, then I'm going to exhale, articulate down, keep those legs active, inhale, shoulders away from the ears, lift, 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 everything is active, exhale, 1 vertebra at a time, articulate, exhale, melt down, inhale, glide, 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 lifting up, exhale, we're going to go a little higher, okay, we're going to inhale here, press the arms into the floor, so lift a little higher, open up the chest, stay connected, then we're going to straighten the arms. You can either stay down on the floor with the elbows or straighten the arms here, and then we're going to bend the elbows, bring them down, and as you come down with your chest, your legs are going to reach up, point the toes, and then as your legs come down, you're going to be pressing up into that extension, shoulders away from the ears, and articulate here, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and last one. Then you can press yourself into child's pose or resting position here. Bring your hips to your heels, extend the arms, stretch. All right guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that Pilates flow for cyclists and riders, bikers, and even if you're not a cyclist, I think that it's a very useful exercise. A lot of the exercises can be used for runners as well. Please make sure to subscribe, comment, and like, and let me know what else you'd like to see. So, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.